Welcome to the Rich Flow of Life podcast. Join Valerie Kanay, the award-winning authority author, as she takes you on a journey for your personal evolution. Valerie Kanay talks to enlightened featured guests who hold the keys to unlock your unique life situation. They each bring to the table their very powerful personal spin to inspire and empower you to learn to step up your game into the rich flow of life.
Well, hello everybody, I'm Valerie Kanay, and today our featured guest is Justine Stenneth, who I'm so proud, pleased, and honored to have joining us. Justine is remarkably gifted and unique and very distinct, as she is the award-winning author of the book Under Our Skin, and it's about what's on the inside is better than the outside. Now let me tell you, when Justine wrote and published her book, she was only 12 years old. And now she's recently celebrated her 13th birthday. So now she's a boomy teenager. Whoop, whoop. But now Justine and Valerie Kanay share something very important in common. And I'll tell you what it is. It's that we both like seeing people laughing, smiling, and being happy. And we love to love all people. That is a really incredible thing. So it sounds like we're from the same planet. And she also tells me that she believes that there's good in everybody. And that's why she's written this very interactive book to show people that we all have good within us on the inside. And that's far more important than what we reflect on just the outside. And that we should all embrace being different. So welcome, Justine, to our program.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Very awesome. And happy 13th birthday.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So tell me, Justine, how does it feel to have published your first and written your first book by age 12 years old?
I'm still surprised that I did it. I wake up some days and I'm just like, was that a dream? Did that actually happen?
You really did it. That's incredible. So I commend you on that. So what inspired you to do it? I gave a few hints, but you tell me in your words what inspired you to actually write the book.
What inspired me to write the book is over the years how I've seen people get treated differently and how I've not been accepted in my own family because my grandfather didn't accept me for my skin color. And I knew that that wasn't right. So I decided to put it into a book.
Very cool. And so did that help you personally to work through the not being accepted by you writing out everything and detailing it?
Yes, it did. It helped a lot for me to be accepted by myself.
Okay. And I'm just wondering, that's incredible. And how do your peers feel about it now? Like the people that you're in school with, the ones that know you, you've written a book, are they like in admiration of that saying, oh my God, how did you do it? Oh my God, that's so cool. What's going on? How do you guys handle that? I just don't know.
My friends are really happy for me. They're really excited for when I tell them that I'm going to events to go sell my book. They're like, oh, you got to tell me how it goes. I'm like, okay.
Okay, cool. I love that. So you're inspiring them also. Any of them saying they want to write a book too?
Yeah, some are just like, I wish I could write a book. I'm like, you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you helping them to do how? Because I know you do coaching and mentoring yourself with them. Are you going to help them to get that done?
Yes, I'm going to help some of them get that done.
That is so awesome. I love that because I know one of the things like we spoke about between ourselves is we talked about power. And you have a chapter in your book where you talk about power. And so it's called Keeping Your Power. And so I just wanted you to elaborate on that just a bit about what you talk about power so that people can know what it is.
What I mean by when I say power is you can't let what other people's words beat you down. You have to stand up for yourself and let them know that what they're saying doesn't hurt you because then that makes you have more power. And when you give into their words of not encouragement, then you give them more power and you're weakening your power.
Mm-hmm. I got you. So we're talking about the strength. You have to strengthen yourself and not let judgments or perceptions or bad things that people can say or even bullying bring you down and weaken you. You have to always keep in your strength and be working on bringing that up, right?
Yes.
All right. Very cool. So who is it that the content of this book can help? Is it just your generation or anybody?
This can help anybody, but I specifically wrote it for teenagers.
Okay.
But I believe that this book can help anyone get through anything that they're going through.
I know it can because I read it, and I have a favorite chapter. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Yes.
Thanks when you autographed my personalized copy of my book and you wrote to Valerie Kanay, just be you. So when I started reading the book, I saw chapter 3 and I said, oh, this is why she wrote that to me. Because chapter 3 is on page either 2021 and it says, be yourself. So I love that so much because I said, God, it's as if she knew me all of my life. Because all I've ever known how to be is myself. That was amazing in the chapter. This is why I liked it, because people have told me that I was weird. So when I saw you write that people have thought that you were weird, I was like, oh, I know we blood sisters now. And you said it doesn't matter whatever they say. Because whether somebody describe you as weird, like they have both of us, it just simply means that we're unique or a limited edition. I said, my girl, all right. Oh, so I'm just a limited edition.
Yeah.
And so I thought, I said, God, you just like read my mind, because who wants to be boring like everyone else? It's just so cool to just be yourself. So I really appreciated that, and I took that to heart. So I wanted to share that with you. Yeah. So go ahead. Let's talk about a little bit more. So what do you want ultimately for this book to do for your generation? I know it's a message from you to them. So what is it that you distinctly want to project out to them?
I want to project out to them to just be yourself and not care about what other people say about you, and to keep your power and just to be yourself, because you're better than you think you are.
Wow. You're better than you think you are. And what make you know that with certainty? Because you say that with such certainty.
Because some people underestimate themselves, thinking that, oh, I'm not good enough, but really other people see you as this amazing person that you don't know truly inside.
And how did you find that out for yourself, that people were looking at you and thinking like, my God, she really is amazing? What made you to know that about yourself?
Well, because I was at school one day and I was wearing this top that I didn't really like because my other clothes were in the laundry. And then my friend comes up to me and she's like, wow, Justine, you look really good in that top. I'm like, oh, thank you. That's like really what helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Small things like that.
Small things like that, but they're encouraging things, inspiring things. They're small, but they're really big. Yeah. Because like when we look at the big things of life, all the big things are made up of the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me now, because I know you're very active in school and in so many programs. I just wonder, how did you find time to write your book? Because you're in dancing, you're involved in this, that, the other. And how do you find the time? Tell me, how you do it?
Well, I went to a book writing course, and then they offered this weekend where it could help you get your book finished.
Okay.
So I went to that weekend, and at that weekend, the guy who was running it said, there's 3 ways that you can write your book. You can type it, you can write it, or you can voice record it.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, well, I don't like writing. I don't like typing. I'm like, oh, okay, so voice recording sounds good. So when I was voice recording my book, it just like came out of me, and it was really easy.
Okay. And that's what Raymond Aaron's 10-10-10 program, right?
Yes.
Very cool. That is awesome. We love that. So anyways, you got it done in that weekend event. And so once you got it published, how did you feel after it was completed and you really had your book? What was the feeling like? Wow. I know you said before a dream, but explain it just a little bit more.
When I had the book in my hands, I was like, I can't believe I wrote this, because when I was younger, me and my friends, if we ever saw a book and it had like our first name on the title, we used to be like, oh guys, I wrote this book. But now that I have it, I'm like, it actually says my full name, Justine Stenneth. I'm like, wow, I can't believe it.
So I'm just curious to know, what made you decide to make it interactive? Because when you go through the book, there's you talking about your spin on things, and then you have lines where a person can actually fill in details about like questions, like you say, I'll challenge you to stop judging and write this out about judging things that you want to change about that, give examples and stuff like that. So what made you decide to make it interactive?
Well, I've read other books, and I know that I read some that are interactive and some that aren't. And I thought that the ones that were interactive, I felt more like connected to it. Like I wanted to like read it again and again. The ones that weren't really like interactive, I was like, oh, it was a good book. It was like, it was okay. But like the ones that were interactive, like really got my attention. So I decided to put some activities in my book.
That is so cool. I love it because I actually wrote it in my book too. I say, here, I'm going to mark it up my book. I say, but that's what she wanted. So don't be all protective about it. Write it up, right, Justine?
Yeah.
And so I'm going to highlight back to the part where you said your thing that, how we're so wonderful people on the inside. It happens to be racial skin color for you. And you actually have in your book on page 51 that the world would be such a different place if people understood that skin color doesn't matter, or what job you have, or how rich you are, how old you are. None of these things really matter. And you said you get so inspired to get this book out to the world, to show people how you feel about the world and how it could be such a better place. I thought that was just so wonderful, Justine, for a person of any age to express that kind of sentiment about life. Just where does that come from in you, from the core of your heart of hearts? How do you get those feelings out like that?
I get the feelings out by just saying them, because you're not going to get anything across if you keep it inside. If you want people to know something, you got to go out and say it. Nobody's going to come to you. Once you get stuff out there, people will start coming to you. But when you're first starting, you need to get out there and do it yourself.
That is so nice. So the important key thing here, we've beat it in the ground, is that it's just so important to embrace being yourself, right?
Yes.
That's the main point. And so is there anything that I didn't ask you that you want to tell me about?
Well, at the back of my book, it says, let's start this movement together. So you can follow me on Instagram, which is Under Our Skin, which is _our_skin. And Facebook, which is my name, Justine Stenneth. And Twitter, which is also my name, Justine Stenneth.
Alrighty.
And we'll start this movement together.
Have it started it yet, or are you going to start it?
I've started it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so how many followers so far? Do you have a good amount?
On Instagram, I have 100, I think, so far.
Very cool.
And Facebook, I think I have 200. And on Twitter, I think I only have like 28.
Awesome. And all of this is what makes the world so interesting. And so, like I said, you've got a lot of places in the book where people can highlight their observations about life, and they can document, and they can keep going. The name of my podcast show is The Rich Flow of Life. And honey, you are sure taking them through the rich flow of life. And I love the movement. So I guess I'll be hitting you up on there too. Is it for the old folks like me too, or just for you kids?
It's for everyone.
Well, Justine, I have certainly appreciated you taking your time out to spend with us and talk about this. And, I wish you all the best. And I met you there in Toronto this past weekend. And I was just like, who is that? Keep looking at me over there like that. And we sat together, me, you, and your mom, all 3 days without no planning to do that. So I looked and I just see these big round eyes looking, glaring at me. So finally you waved like, hi. And I was like, hi. So that's how we just got to be friends. Just something so simple. Just opening up your heart and minds, not making, like you say, any judgments, any perceptions about anything, And we just really had an incredible time over there. So I really enjoyed meeting you guys wholeheartedly.
I enjoyed meeting you too.
Yeah. So on that note, I just fell in love with you and Mom's Caroline there. So I love you guys dearly.
Okay, love you too.
Oh, thank you so much. And on that note, we're going to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
You have been listening to the Rich Flow of Life podcast with host Valerie Kanay. We're most appreciative you took the time to be with us, and thank you. For more action, go subscribe to Valerie Kanay Talks YouTube channel and like us on Facebook at Valerie Kanay Talks and follow us on Twitter at Valerie Kanay. Until next time, we love ya.